Every now and then I go through.
Okay, so it is 6:32.
Yes, I know that.
So I'd like
Go
to
on.
call this regular meeting of the City Council and WPCA to order. For the record, today is Monday, March 18th, 2024. We have council members participating in person and via Zoom.
That's all my.
Participating here in person in City Hall Auditorium, we have Councilmember Waldron, Councilmember Iveyne, Councilwoman Spino, Councilwoman Ruette, and Councilman Cavanero. Participating via Zoom, we have Councilman Oliver. Before we get into the agenda, could we please stand and pledge the flag?
Liberty and justice for all.
All right, item number 1 on the agenda, I will entertain a motion to open the meeting to the public in accordance with section 4, subsection E of the City Council and WPCA meeting rules of procedure.
So moved.
Thank you, Councilwoman Spino, seconded by Councilman Iveyne. Questions, or all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We're open to the public. Is there anyone from the public wishing to address the board? Seeing none. I'll move on to item number 2, entertain a motion to accept the regular meeting minutes from March 4th, 2024.
So moved. Second.
Thank you, Councilman Waldron, seconded by Councilman Iveyne. Questions or comments on the minutes? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Moving on to item number 3. On recommendation of the Ordinance Committee, I will entertain a motion to schedule a public hearing to be held on April 15th, 2024 on the following 3 topics. The revisions to Chapter 33 Inland Wetlands Commission, a new section, Chapter 114 for fees, citation procedures, and fines for inland wetlands and watercourse violations. And item 3 would be the revised Chapter 161 property maintenance. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Councilwoman Spino,
Second.
and second by Councilman Waldron. Questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor?
Mayor,
Yes.
just one
Aye.
comment. Do we have a moment to discuss the edits, proposed edits, or is that pending the hearing?
Are you, you're talking about our ordinance committee? Yes, you can actually have access through Heather. We don't have a public portion of the ordinance committee, but you absolutely can review them in advance of the public hearing. It's really for the public to respond to it, and we won't be obviously voting on any changes until we get that feedback and comments from fellow councilmen.
Okay,
But if you, absolutely, there's an opportunity, and the ordinance committee's been very busy.
yes.
And we will continue to be busy because the hope is that we can look at ordinances that really have no bearing, or they're outdated, or so we can take them off the books or update. So sort of a goal for the next year and a half.
Okay, yeah.
Did I answer your question?
Yes.
Absolutely feedback, but not, usually it would be done at either time that it's actually on the agenda to vote for it and have a comment section, because we can always table, the ordinance from passing if the comments are significant.
Okay.
And if you're looking for the draft, if you go on the city's website and you look under City Council, Ordinance Committee, all of their minutes and agendas are there, and you will be able to access the work that they've been doing.
Mhm. Okay, thank you.
Other questions or comments before I call the motion to establish the public hearing? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. All right, item 4, I will entertain a motion to adopt the Fair Housing Resolution number 143-247 and Fair Housing Policy Statement.
I'll move it.
Thank you, Councilwoman
Second.
Ruette, second by Councilwoman Spino. Questions or comments?
So just question. So this is, we did the fair housing. Oh, this is different. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, you're thinking fair rent.
So
Yes.
This mirrors what state and federal language is in the resolution.
It does, yeah. So on an annual basis, we have to update or adopt our fair housing policy and issue this in a public format. It's posted, I believe it's posted downstairs in the area where public meetings are held. It's posted in my office. It's also posted in the land use office. This is obviously a requisite for us to qualify for many of those Department of Housing or HUD grants that come along. So obviously, fair housing is a law. And our policy is just codifying that and saying, we have a policy that says we're abiding by the terms of those laws. Other questions or comments before I call that motion? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item 5, I'll entertain a motion to authorize the mayor to act on behalf of the city to award and execute a 1-year extension of the contract agreement with Premier Landscaping LLC of Thomaston, Connecticut in the amount of $70,000 for the local flood protection project routine maintenance. This project is funded through the landfill post-closure activity and the Naugatuck River levy accounts as further explained in our city engineer's memo dated March 1st, 2024. Do I have a-
moved.
Thank you, Councilwoman Spino. I think I heard Councilman
Yeah.
Cavanero. Thank you. All right, any questions on this? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item 6, I'll entertain a motion by the council, herein acting as a water pollution control authority, to approve the following payment from Fund 490 Sanitary Sewer Capital Improvement to Wright Pierce Engineering in the amount of $2,184.66. And this is for the Brightwood Avenue sewer design.
So moved.
Thank you, Councilman Waldron, second by Councilwoman Ruette. Questions or comments? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Aye.
Motion carries. Item 7, I'll entertain a motion to accept the building department report for the month of February 2024.
So moved.
Thank you, Councilwoman Ruette, second by Councilwoman Spino. Questions on the report? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item 8, I'll entertain a motion to release the liens listed in Corporation Council's memo of March 18th, 2024.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you, Councilwoman Spino, seconded by Councilman Iveyne. Questions? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item 9, I'll entertain a motion to accept the recommendation of the tax collector and authorize the tax refunds indicated in list dated March 18th, 2024.
So moved.
Thank you, Councilwoman Spino, and I heard Councilwoman Ruette. Questions or comments on the motion? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 10, I'll entertain a motion to consider business by department heads.
So moved.
Thank you, Councilwoman Spino.
Second.
Second by Councilman Cavanero. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? And city treasurer is in the house. Anything this evening?
I gave a report to the council a week ago, a year ago, about unclaimed property that I had filed for the city from the state of Connecticut. And we just got a check, I think it was Thursday or Friday, for the last 6 claims out of the 117 claims that I filed. So we recovered $21,600 approximately in unclaimed property. So that's it. It's
Yes.
finished.
Thank you. Anything from the city clerk's office? I see Paul Cousins is on the phone. Anything from engineering or public works?
Nothing for me, Mayor. Thank you.
And I don't see anybody else. I'm not sure who Greg is. All right, No other departments. Oh, excuse me, Corporation Counsel, anything from your office?
I don't always think of myself as a department head. I don't have much of a department, but everything's running smoothly. So I don't really have anything to report. So I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. Questions? Anybody? No? We'll move into item 11. I'll entertain a motion to consider business by mayor and members.
So moved.
Thank you, Councilwoman Spino,
Second.
and second by Councilman Waldron. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Aye.
Right. We'll go to the screen first. Anything this evening, Councilman Oliver?
No, thank you, Mayor.
Okay. To my left, Councilman Cavanero.
I would like to note that we are on track to be the shortest meeting in history.
Are we really?
Yes. And with that, I commend everyone. Thank you.
Councilwoman Ruette.
I have a long list of items. But I just follow up the question that you had in terms of, you can always, attend, our ordinance committee meetings as a councilman. So if you have any questions or anything, the minutes are online right now, at least the draft of those minutes from the previous meeting. So welcome it. And that's it, Mayor.
Thank you. Councilwoman Spino.
I do have one small thing. I've had a couple people reach out to me about blight. And I was wondering if we could start getting reports from blight about, what's been cited, what's been resolved.
Absolutely. I know I just looked at our Corporation Council. Yeah, do you want to talk a little bit about what we're doing?
Yeah, so the Blight Committee meets every other Wednesday at 9 a.m. in the mayor's office. And there are several things that are happening now. There's several that are in litigation. There's a property at the bottom of Highland Avenue that was in litigation. That started under Attorney Michelle. And it went to a stipulated judgment where the property owner and the city agreed to a time frame for him to get things cleared up. And I think we're getting close to the end of it. The decree that was entered by the court gave him 30 days to clean the property up. And if he didn't within those 30 days, and this again was by his agreement as well, and it went into the court record, then the city would go in and do a cleanup and then lien his property.
Okay.
There already is a significant lien there due to the fines that were there.
Mhm.
The additional cost for the cleanup shouldn't be that much. Ashley Clement, who's the blight enforcement officer, believes that it's a cleanup that can be done by city employees, public works, so it shouldn't be a big expense.
Okay.
So that's happening. The property on Prospect Street, the Kazmarchik property on Prospect Street is going to be scheduled for a hearing in court on a motion for summary judgment, probably sometime in April. So the motion has been filed with a supporting memorandum, but the rules, the Superior Court rules are that you can't claim that motion to be heard on the short calendar until 45 days goes by, essentially to give the defendant a chance to respond to it. Whether he will or not, you don't have any idea, but I'm expecting that day. So the first thing that happens is we claim it to the short calendar and then the court will assign a hearing. So it may be that hearing won't happen until early May, but hopefully we'll move forward on that and bring that to a conclusion.
Okay.
The other property we talk about frequently, there's a property way up on Torringford Street.
Yes.
Or is it, it's not west or east, right? It's Torringford.
Torringford.
It's been an issue, predating me, and apparently the property owner, it's been being cleaned up. So the person who's responsible for the blighted condition doesn't own the land. His sister does. But she's been cooperative, and apparently he has now started to be cooperative, and it's been cleaned up, which is a good thing. There's a property on Red Oak Hill that's a frequent flyer, so to speak, somebody who, in fact, went to judgment, foreclosure by sale, to recover the blight liens, and he bought his house back.
Right.
So that's still in the works, and we're still trying to work with him, trying to get him also to agree to what we're calling a clean and lean situation, so. And then the other kind of really big one, the property on the old factory building on Summer Street and Litchfield Street. And that's a very complicated situation. There's a lot of different moving parts to that, and there's a lot of different agencies involved, city, state, and federal. There's more than blight are the issues there.
Right.
But in essence, I'd say the blight committee is pretty active. We meet, like, as I said, every other Wednesday. The mayor has those meetings calendared for an hour. I haven't been to one yet that was less than an hour and 45 minutes. So there is activity. What you could tell your constituent, if they have an issue, they think there's a blighted property, they should file a complaint.
Okay.
Because the process really is initiated by a complaint.
Mhm.
I mean, I think we all drive around town and may see a property that's blighted, but it's not enough for me to even go to the land use office and say, hey, you should look at this property. It really is initiated by a complaint.
Okay.
So they can make a complaint.
Mhm.
They could file it with the city clerk or even the land use office. Ashley Clement is the blight enforcement officer. But that's about it.
Okay.
I think the only thing that I would add to that is, to date, and this is a committee that I'm incredibly grateful and proud of the work that they've been doing over the last 4 or 5 years. When we revised the blight ordinance, created this committee, then came quickly to the conclusion that we really did need a dedicated employee to do the work. To date, we have a little over $300,000 in blight fines that we have collected for chronically blighted properties that for a long time couldn't come into compliance. We also took 2 properties that we now own, the city owns, because the blighted conditions were such that the property owners just essentially walked away. So really good work. And yes, we are probably overdue for a good report. There are easily 200 properties that have been reported for blight, cited. The blight enforcement officer has worked with every single one of them and either brought them into compliance or got them to the point where Corporation Counsel can pursue them in the court actions. So yeah, we'll add that to an agenda.
Thank you.
Great question. Anything else?
That's
Did you
it.
say a couple? No,
No,
just
good.
one?
I'm good.
Councilman Iveyne,
Nothing, Mayor. Thank you.
Councilman Waldron.
Nothing for me, Mayor.
All right, we'll move it into item 12. I will entertain a motion to open the meeting back to the public
So
for agenda items. Thank you,
Second.
Councilman Waldron. Second by Councilman Iveyne. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Open to the public again, if there's something somebody from the public wanted to address the board on. All right, seeing none, there being no further business before the board, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Thank you, Councilwoman Spino, second by Councilman Cavanero. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We're adjourned. Thank you.
Why not? It's nice.